Doesn't look like.
Looking for a party demand, have you found it? Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloading. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Cause remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
Welcome to another Shot Podcast, where our opinions might be real, or it could just be the liquor talking. Sit back and enjoy another shot.
Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our Wednesday night open bar. Mash Brothers. Oh, what's up, guys? How we doing? I'm glad you guys found us on this side. You're just in time for my first pour of the evening, but before we get started, let's go ahead and do two quick shout outs, one of them being to our official sponsor, and that would be MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania. Their hours of operation, guys, are Friday 5 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., and those dates will be changing as they get busier. They're going to start adding more dates. All the awesome drinks you see on your screen and you see me serving at the bar here, you can purchase right there at MLH Distillery, as well as purchasing them at MLHdistillery.com. You can also find them on Facebook, guys, to keep up with their schedule and events going on. Another shout out goes to our friends at Snap-on Tools, the premier selection in automotive sports. Robin, love you, buddy. Just got to talk to him today, and he talked me into buying a $400 set of sockets. Heavy duty, because I do work mechanics during the day. Interesting day, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed something, Kat. I'm more apt to want to sit down and drink beer when I've got everybody else sitting here. When I'm by myself, I tend to lean more towards the whiskey and the bourbon. Weird. Why? I mean, you think maybe it's because let's get some jams going in the background here. And I think that, what's up, Timmy? Honestly, I think when I got more people around, it's kind of, not exactly a party, but, I don't know. Beer's more of a social thing, whereas, after a long day at work, I don't love the calming effect anymore of whiskey and bourbon. And that doesn't mean I'm, turning into an alcoholic or anything, but it gets to the point where I'm kind of, yeah, you got the bug fly. I don't know, that, we always joke about it at work, oh, it's like, who's ready for a bourbon after work, or, something along those lines, and most of the time, they don't show up here, but, I I don't know. I still think this is one of those ones I would love for you to partake in with me sometime because you haven't tried this particular one yet. And guys, the first drink of the night will go to the Angels Envy. And it's nothing special, guys. It is the OG. I say it's nothing special, but this is, you know, Kat happened to see it. She goes, oh, what was that one you said you wanted to try and you liked so much? And Wednesday night open bar is a fun one because we try to leave it open for conversation with everybody. You know, what is it you want to talk about? What questions do you have? What you drinking tonight? Again, brother, we're hitting up the Angels Envy right now. Starting the night off kind of low key. I got the Whiskey Willie on tonight. That was partially because my youngest asked if Daddy would wear his hat tonight, and I thought, you know what, why not? Part of me wanted to touch on something that me and Michael had brought up the other night. And by the way, Mash Brothers, yeah, it'll probably step up here in a little while. I was asking Miss Kitty Cat over there to check our messages and see if she can make heads and tails of a recipe that looked like it'd actually be really good. The fun part about picking my drink tonight was, my initial thought was I was kind of in the mood for a scotch. But then I decided against the scotch only because I'm getting low on it, and we'll save that for like my special occasions. Angels Envy just kind of seemed like it fit the mood a little better tonight. Like I said, I mean, trying to figure out what direction I kind of want to go, and what conversation. It's kind of like Hooper. Whenever he did his food review, he went back to the fair, and he had to go through take after take after take after take. Because, you know, he thought he looked funny in one, he didn't say something right, or something went, you know. Coming up with things on the fly just doesn't, it's not as easy as it looks, I'll tell you right now. One of the things I try to avoid doing is going off on tangents, that have, like, pissed me off throughout the day, or something I've seen on TV. Our store manager absolutely loves turning on the news, and it drives everybody insane. Because for those of you that do get on TikTok with me, the very first thing I say is, all the stuff we're force-fed on TV, leave at the door. We don't... It's just getting harder and harder to get away from some of this stuff. Now, I had a lady come in, and this kind of, you know, triggered the thought process, and kind of gave you that whole PTSD vibe of the back and forth I had Sunday. Me and Mike were talking about it the other night when he was here, but there's a couple politic, but her entire car was completely surrounded by and covered in political stickers. You know, some bashing, you know, one side, but the rest of them, like, I mean, they just follow right along with the rhetoric we hear on TV. Ooh. I have to, am I the only one, guys, that likes to sit down and just watch a movie? I mean, I don't mind turning on the local news to see what's happening in my hometown, what's happening, you know, close by, keeping up with my sports teams. You know, that's... I'm kind of a geek. It's Shark Week, and I tell you what, come Friday, I'm going to be binge watching like crazy. Rest assured that, because last year I missed every bit of it. You know, I wouldn't mind sitting down and learning something. You know, it's getting to the point where I don't mind turning on the Discovery Channel or turning on, you know, like Nat Geo. I keep talking about how much I want to travel, so I like to look and see all the different things in other countries, and you know, even here, you know, places, you know, I haven't been to. I mean, there's not many states I have not been to, but you know, it's just it seems like every time you turn around, is the Atlantic still swimmable the first week of October? Need to hit to the beach. Baseball keeps pushing the trip deeper and deeper into the year. Thinking either Sandbridge or Corolla in the OBX. To answer that, yes. But it's not going to be as warm as it normally is. So that's around the time where it starts to kind of chill a little bit. Did my package arrive? Not that I'm aware of. I have not seen it yet. So I will... Now, if you want to send me a tracking number or something, I will 100%. Because I tell you what, if it was here, brother, I would 100% be breaking that one open. But to finish up, Bobby, yeah, you should actually be pretty good. Now, Corolla's a little higher up, but not that much that it would make a difference. So I myself am hoping to pull the trigger on an OBX trip in August. The bad part about going in August, it's kind of a double-edged sword. One, it's the end of the season, so there's not as many people there. The water's still warm, it's still plenty hot out. Everything's on sale, they're trying to get rid of stuff. But the other side of that is when the seaweed all comes rolling in, and it doesn't matter which beach you go to, it is going to be nothing but seaweed. So it makes fishing harder, makes swimming interesting. Unless you're like me, who likes to go out on a pier to fish. So hopefully that answers your question, brother. I recommend going just a little bit further and going hitting Kill Devil Hills, my stomping grounds when I'm there. So, hey, cheers to that, brother. Hopefully that works out. If a package, you know what? Honestly, no, Sarah would have let me know. No, nothing showed up yet, brother. Did it say when it was supposed to get here? Because that's what I'm kind of chomping at the bit to sample and try out. But appreciate you guys, and kind of broke me out of the other, you know. See there, that conversation like that. I love the beach. I love fishing, you know, and I could see myself living the salt life. I say that all the time, but I guarantee I've said it enough times that, you know, the people on Spotify are like, dude, why don't you just go, move, you know? I'm still that guy that loves my hometown, you know? There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. And my brother, who's lived there now for, I think it's 20 years, a little over 20 years at this point, he said he's been there long enough that every time he goes by the ocean, he literally lives right like less than a mile from the beach. So every time he goes down the Ocean Drive, it's, you know, okay, to him it's just water. That I don't know. The last time I went late in August, it was pretty heavy. So like I said, I mean, you can, it's not that it'll hinder a lot, but I'll tell you right now, again, if you're looking to fish, it's going to make it really interesting. So you just kind of got to go with the tide a little bit too. You know, certain spots of the beach will actually be a little bit nicer than the other, unless you actually plan on traveling out into the water, which at that point, you're kind of putting yourself in the path of the same thing you're trying to catch. We got another one. What is that? I keep forgetting how far you are, brother. Oh. And much appreciated, man. Like I said, we're chomping at the bit here to try some new stuff. Truth be told, though, had it showed up today, I probably would have held out until Monday when I got everybody here to try it. As long as there are no jellyfish, dude, it's the ocean. Unless you pick a sound, which me and my son love to go to Pea Island. It's right there where, you know, the sound enters the ocean. I appreciate you, Mash Brothers. Just remember though, like the white ones are the ones that sting. The pink ones, they don't sting. And trust me, I'll never forget when Connor caught me the one time. I was reaching down, I thought it was a dead, you know, and he immediately, like, you know, he kind of slapped at my hand. He's like, no, that one's still moving. And I no sooner got my hand to that certain point, it just all of a sudden, that's when it did its thing, kind of. So that was a close one. And yes, jellyfish stings are no fun. Even the dead ones. Mash Brothers, I forgot though. Where it was it Arizona? Or is it Cal? No, where's he? Where are they at? Do you remember, Cat? I think, I want to say it was Arizona. Or am I thinking of somebody else? Because honestly, Arizona, I wouldn't mind taking another trip out west again. Just to, you know, I love my mountains. I love, you know, the ocean. I like trees and everything. But, you know, it's kind of like my sister. She loves living down there near the desert. You know, she's back in El Paso. You know, she lived in New Mexico for a little while and absolutely loved the scenery. It's just one of those ones where I would only be interested in staying for a little bit, just long enough to go out and, you know, okay, I still need scenery, because after so long, even though the colors are beautiful, I think of the scene in Raising Arizona where Nick Cage was sitting out in the, you know, behind the trailer. They're in the middle of the desert. And as the sun goes down, it just goes from total daylight, and then as soon as it drops, it literally goes like this and to nothing. I think that'd be, if that actually happens, I think that'd be cool to see. That and being able to go somewhere where there's very little light pollution and you can actually, you know, see sky. How about you, Miss Kitty Cat? Where? Idaho. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I actually cut across the very top of Idaho. So I never got to fully go and see, like, the... Like, I mean, the way that the shape, you know, kind of looks like a chimney up the one side. We went across the very top. We literally went, you know, we were going through Montana at the time and just crossing over. It was kind of neat. Still get to check that off the list. I think a lot, I mean, there's a lot of like is it Idaho or Utah that a lot of like the skiers and snowboarders go to. You guys are from there? Hell, if I was to go to Idaho right now, what would be the first place you would suggest I go and check out? How about you? Where would you... You've been to quite a few states, right?
Not really.
I catch her every time she takes a damn bite. When you get it going, it's awesome. She's like a diesel engine, guys. It takes forever to warm up, but when she does, it'll go forever. So try, and I swear she eats just so I'll leave her alone. And it doesn't work, does it?
No.
There's got to be someplace, though, you'd want to go and visit. I can tell you right now, like I said, I've been to so many different states. Now, if you say Idaho, I'm going to tell you, don't go where those college kids got murdered. Thank you, Bobby. Duly noted. I've said it multiple times. I would love to go back to Washington. I wouldn't mind getting to firsthand meet Miss Coffee, which we haven't heard from her in forever now. But I would love. We live in southeast Idaho. Boise State, yes. And they're usually pretty high ranked. I mean, again, they went from a quiet school that nobody heard about to all of a sudden undefeated, 2-3 years in a row? Them and TCU, I remember that. Dude, by the way, we are a stone's throw away from making Thursday night football night again. And yes, we are going to be setting up the draft. Have I been to Yellowstone? Loved it. Spent a week there. The natural springs, the hot pots they called them, the painted. It was incredible. We camped all week, did all sorts of crazy stuff. So I got to see Old Faithful. That was incredible. Seeing all the natural springs. First off, what's neat about it is there was never a warm night. They were always chilly evenings. So it was nice and warm throughout the day. And because I was the knucklehead, I remember I'm 12 years old at the time, and my uncle telling me, hey, you might want to put pants on because it's going to be chilly. Oh, I'll be fine. And before you knew it, I was freezing my butt off as we're taking the tour throughout the, different springs and geysers. And the only warmth, and then here's the dumb kid. I wanted to stand inside. I love being in the steam. I'm like, oh, this is so nice and warm. Everything's going good. I'm not thinking, hey, I'm collecting water. I'm getting moist at this point. And as soon as I get out, that cold air got even worse. And this is how much fun this was. The very last day we were there, we were packing up that morning. We both got up. It was freezing out. Now, bear in mind, this is like end of June going into July. Freezing. And then literally 10 minutes before we started to leave, it opened up and started snowing. In the middle of summer. Yellowstone, though, I would put that back at the top of my list to go and visit. Now, my uncle went and was visiting it when it was on fire back in the, what was it, 1 or 2 years, 90, 91, something like that. He said the colors were incredible because of the smoke. So in the evening it was. But what was neat about it was once we crossed out of Wyoming into Montana, it warmed right back up, which is crazy. You wouldn't think that. But like I said, I learned a lot on that trip. Yellowstone, lots of places to go and visit. We got to see I think it was the Yellowstone Grand Canyon. I can't talk about it enough. I loved it. That was the very next destination after we went to Mount Rushmore. So yeah, we went from South Dakota over it. Yeah, it was the whole trip was supposed to be camping, but like I said, I was a kid at that point. I was a punk kid, nonetheless. So for me, I wanted to stay in hotels, and he kept saying, no, this is supposed to be a camping trip, not a hoteling trip. And then the guy knew how to grab my attention. He gave me the little AAA book that has all the campgrounds, and he said, okay, this is the town we're going to be in. Find a campground nearby, you pick it. Sounds like Idaho. I could go on all night talk about that trip. It was incredible. And I will say this until the day I died. I wish I could redo that trip now because I would appreciate it so much more. Montana, I think we went to some rodeo in Montana. It was... we found a good campground, and actually, you know, we could see the fireworks and everything for the 4th, so that was really neat. But like I said, Washington, absolutely incredible. Obviously, just going across the top of Idaho like that, we didn't exactly stop. I just got to mark it off on my little, I had a full United States map, and I would just put a little check mark in every state that we stopped at. So, I mean, it filled up pretty damn good. What's he got? We are like 2 hours from Yellowstone. Okay. So I take it you Lava Hot Springs is nice. Yeah. Kat, you would absolutely love it because all the different hot springs, because of, you know, the minerals coming up. I mean, the blues, the greens, it was... And I tell you what, there's nothing more... It was very interesting because as we were walking along some of these paths, now they're man-made paths. Some of them, you know, they build them out of wood and everything, just so you knew. I remember being there, and we went around this one corner, and I noticed that everybody, well, we both noticed that everybody seemed to be walking off and around and going very slow. And then when we come around the corner, we discovered why. There was a huge buffalo just standing there. And I'm sure at this point everybody has seen the video that just went out of the guy that decided he was going to get too close to a buffalo. I guess he was wanting a picture. I'm not sure the whole story behind it. But that thing launched him. It just went over. It didn't exactly charge him, but it, you know, all it took was a couple steps forward and boom. Creatures of the Moon, Grand Tetons, or Jackson. Now, I did get to see the Grand Tetons. I thought that was just phenomenal. But here's where it gets interesting. You know, I just got done saying I would love to go back to New Mexico or Arizona again. By the time we, you know, obviously, you know, this part of the trip, we're going across the northern part of the states. So once we left Yellowstone, we went into Montana and into Washington. And I actually got my first taste of the Pacific Ocean, literally, in Oregon. We had, as we were traveling along, he happened to see a path, and you could somewhat see the ocean through the trees. Well, there was a place to kind of pull over and park, and we just walked through the woods a little bit and right onto the beach, and there was the ocean. What? Which, New Mexico? Yeah. We went, I never fully got into Breaking Bad. I tried, it just wasn't my thing. I don't know. But yeah, we, you know, Washington down into Oregon, California, and then on the way back, we spent about a week and a half in California. And as we came back, obviously we went down the lower part. So my uncle will never let me live this one down. He'll never let me forget. We got to the Grand Canyon. Now I'm excited, but first it was like 109, 110 out. It was blistering hot. We get out, and I'd been on top of so many mountains and seen so many gorges and valleys, and that by the time we got there and I got to looking out over this thing, I'm just kind of like 10, 15 minutes into it, I'm like, all right, I'm good. And the look of shock on his face was just priceless. It was just one of those. He had to talk me into sticking around. He's like, how about we take a hike? You know, we can hike partially down, you know. Then I saw they had like mule tours that would take you down it, and it's just, to me, I didn't even realize I was looking at a gorge. But again, young, dumb. The North American rainforest, I think that was in Montana. That is either Montana or Washington, one of the two. I can't remember which. That was incredible. You know, now I've got, you know, I got other bucket lists, and he's talked multiple times about wanting to go, you know, take another trip, you know, just let him know. And, you know, I wouldn't mind going back to some of these places and kind of reminiscing and maybe adding to it, maybe going to Deadwood in South Dakota. I was a big fan of that show for a while, and still am, actually. Excuse me. But I mean, like I said, I wouldn't mind going and checking out some, you know, hell, that'd be fun to, Bobby brought it up. If I was to go to Idaho, I'd have to go and check out Boise State. Why not go and, you know, do a picture right there in the middle of the field? I'd love that. What's up, Blue? How's your trip, speaking of? Blue is joining us from North Carolina. He had to be up bright and early this morning. So, okay, it was long. What time did you... Just got done swimming? You know, I haven't been swimming one time this summer. Hooper was just telling us, I guess last weekend, no, not last weekend, the weekend before. Where's the baseball score? Leave it to Bobby. I tell you what though, brother, Mash Brothers, since you're still on here, if I was to go to Idaho, like I said, what would I want to go and see? Left at 5:30 a.m., got there at 3. Okay, so that's not bad. That early in the morning, you missed a lot of the traffic, so... There you go, Pirates lost. I'm sure... you knew he knew the answer to that. But that's actually, I mean... To live in a place where I was only 2 hours away from Yellowstone, that's awesome. One of the things I think Kat would thoroughly love about going up to like North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, all those places, the prairie dogs.
No. My preferred would be to go towards Montana in the summer because I can't stand the cold.
Right.
But I would love to see the wild horses roam.
Oh shit, you can see that. I'd like to see, you know what, speaking of, let's bring back up one of my favorites. Me and Connor talk about wanting to do this a lot, and we want to go see the wild horses in the Outer Banks. And Bobby was just talking about going to Corolla. And that's one of the places where you can see them. Obviously, they're protected. They do. The amount of trouble you can get into for trying to get up close, too up close and personal with them. And in case everybody's wondering, yes, I am breaking into the MLH. This is their bourbon finished with cognac stave chips. So again, guys, you can check them out at mlhdistillery.com if you would like to try any of these. Or I guess at some point, I mean, we're going to have to reciprocate some of these handshakes and start sending some people some of this stuff from our area. Remember I brought up the car that had all the fun little stickers on it? It gave me a new... I said this would be a perfect last shot. I'm telling you right now, I absolutely am in love with this particular... Their bourbon, their OG, their regular bourbon, it's actually really good. This one, though, incredible. It's got like the perfect burn. Of course, I'm one of those guys. I like mine on the rocks. So you'll see me put some ice in there. Thank you, Miss Shannon, for the ice balls. They're awesome. My lovely wife has tried multiple times to do it, and it just never fully works out for her. I guess at this point, though, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I take that back. When I was working for United Van Lines, I think we did travel to Mississippi, but it was just the northern part. We just kind of broke into a little bit, got the stuff and moved them out, and I think we were moving them back up this way. But I mean, I'd love to go to, there's parts of Florida I'd love to go and check out again. There's, Mississippi, Louisiana, and I've never been north of New York. And obviously our friends to the north, I wouldn't mind going up there and checking some stuff out.
I would love to go to Vermont.
You and me both, sweetness. If we went to Vermont, we would have to come back with maple syrup, 100%. And there's one particular time I really want to go. Everybody has seen the pictures. Have to be fall time, so we'll be dressing warm. But they said there's the scenery when those leaves turn, incredible. Now again, there's my inner geek coming out. I know, with the age. Over under. I'm going to go a little higher than that. Because there was a lot of construction going down through there. I guarantee it. So I'm going to say 9. But it was Blue driving, so no?
No, his mom ended up driving the whole way.
Ah. So that's why
He
they got
tried.
there in
He
time.
tried, and he tried. Dad tried, but nope. Mom insisted on driving.
John, what's going on, brother? Go to Ben and Jerry's if you're in Vermont. Dude, I mean... if you didn't go to Ben and Jerry's while you were in Vermont, that'd be like going to Kentucky and not going to Maker's Mark, Oh, Mark, what's going on, brother? Popped in to say hello. Talk to Jason about you at the festival this weekend. Hey. Cheers, brother.
I still need a picture of him in our shirt.
This is true. We are trying very, very hard to get people in their shirts. And did you download the picture I sent you of the food truck.
I just have to send it over to. Yeah. No.
Should we show them the only picture we got so far? And you absolutely love because she turned around, she did the Lord's work with it. It's hilarious. This is our friend across the pond. You all know him as Katie Lavender.
He's my author boy.
Yeah. Rocking the shirt, dude. He absolutely loved it when he got it in the mail. What was it? It took about a week to get there? It took a spell.
Yes, Mark. I actually spoke to him not too long ago.
Ah. John, though, speaking of, has talked enough about the cruise he was on. I don't know. Was it multiple cruises or just one? That's another thing I would love to do. I mean, I want to get out on the ocean and actually, you know, I want to go to the islands at some point. Ah, no worries, brother. Cheers. Just one. I'd probably have to keep it simple. I guess a friend of mine said you can actually absolutely loved it. I guess you can actually launch right there from Maryland. So instead of traveling all the way down to Florida to launch, or, you know, of course, I wouldn't mind going on a cruise. A buddy of mine was trying to talk. He had me 100%. He had me at hello on this one. Sarah will not get on a boat. She doesn't want to be out on the ocean. Scared to death of the water. Even when we go to the beach, she'll go out a little ways. Now, she doesn't mind Lake Erie. She'll get out there a little ways, but still, anything above waist deep, she goes nuts. But he was talking about taking a cruise out of the Gulf and going around to, I can't remember the name of the spot, but going to visit the Mayan ruins. That right there would absolutely be through the roof insane. I would love that. But like I said again, I mean, as soon as I bring up going to Mexico, there's like 1,000 people saying, dude, I mean, they're even attacking tourists, they're doing bad things. He came over to me at my booth and told me how you went over with the peach, and he told you he knew me. Didn't get a chance to give him some peach to give you.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on that, brother, because that was the one that really...
That's the one that Miss Cat here would for sure be joining Bill on camera to drink, because that was so good. So good.
I still think at some point we're going to have to start sending some people some of this stuff. Like send them certain things. You know, most of the people are moonshine or bourbon or whiskey. I still need to introduce you to some more Lynchwood stuff. And obviously we really need to not lollygag on that one. There's a huge interest. So yes, folks, we have been in touch with some people, and they are very interested in putting together a recipe, and we would have our own bottle of bourbon. It would be ASP, you would see Whiskey Willie on it, hopefully. Of course, they're going to make sure they incorporate their stuff into it. Kat is actually working on trying to get a picture done up. So over the weekend when we did Corey's cruise, we made a deal with a food truck, and even Kat gave it, a 10 out of 10 star. These guys were awesome. They cut the chicken right in front of you. They bread the chicken right in front of you. They season it right in front of you. They cook it right in front of you. And anybody that saw the videos that I posted, everybody got a kick out of me asking for a napkin, because, I mean, it was... First off, the trick thumb wasn't wanting to grab very well, so I'm trying to hold with one hand and grab the sandwich with the other, and it wasn't exactly... Oh, dude. Cheers. Let's see. He said just drained the barrel last week too. Oh, dude. Yeah, 100%, brother. Dude, you send me one of your bottles, I promise you, whether it be the Shine or the whiskey, you do get
Actually, Bob, I will.
Top shelf.
That's a good thought. Sorry, I will for sure reach out to them.
$100, brother, man. I'll put it. You get top shelf treatment. Pizza and wings, especially. I mean, we got the TVs for it, so it's not like you're not going to be watching football here. And like I said, Bobby, we will be firing up. We're going to do it a lot sooner than last time, but we're going to get the fantasy draft going again this year. And that drives me nuts, because it was just one particular pick, and you didn't like that one?
Nope. I have to edit. Trust me.
One mistake cost me the championship and gave me third place.
Okay, now I'm ready.
All right, guys. So, like I said, this particular food truck, hand breaded right in front of you, cut right in front of you. They did it. I mean, the sandwich I got was $10 and well worth it, because this thing was a monster. Cat, yeah, there they are. That is PK's Cluck and Truck. Hell, we got the phone number in there and everything. Hey, good job, guys. So we traded them t-shirts for food. And one person in particular, and he followed us, sent pictures and everything. They were actually at Iron City, the brewery, just a couple days later, and setting up shop at a festival there. Oh, I got nothing in my glass, dude. We're gonna have to fix that. I'm all over the place tonight, guys. Trying to figure out which way I want to go.
Good night, Mark. Thank you. Have a good night.
You have a good one, brother.
That's funny.
Cheers, brother. Yeah, 100%. Bear in mind, last year when we did our little draft, I'll tell you what, everything went out the window with him. By the time it got started and everything was going, he wasn't even 3 sheets to the wind. He was the whole bedroom set. And I don't even think he realized who he was picking or what was going on. He just kept getting mad because, like, Connor got, yeah, that guy. I don't know why my brain just went sideways. Connor got the running back. Ooh.
Okay, Bob, Blue, somebody.
I don't know
This
why.
will drive me nuts. I can see him.
Yeah, it's number 26. Saquon
Saquon,
Barkley.
thank you. Thank
Good
you.
Lord, the pride of Penn State. Oh, I'm sure the Steelers are hating life that they did not grab him. Speaking of, though, man, I'm liking our Steelers this year. Made some good moves, but I mean, we had to go with the dinosaur of a quarterback. Again, I don't know why.
Okay, what?
It's also the debut of Mike McCarthy as coach. So we're going to have McCarthy for a while. Obviously, we don't fire coaches. Not head coaches, anyways.
Even when they really deserve it.
Oh, yeah. Tomlin's time was well past. I'd like to think Mike McCarthy is going to bring back the... They need to really instill the one and done. I'm sorry. Because look at all the players we got rid of. And by the way, I was talking to somebody about the famous... it was last night, watching the football games. LeGarrette Blount was the former Patriot running back that walked off the field in Nashville against the Titans about 2/3 of the way through the game because he wasn't getting any carries. But at that time, Lev Bell torched the Titans for over 200 yards. Yes. Like I said, guys, Thursday Thursday thoughts and shots are about to turn into the NFL edition again very soon. And I'll tell you what, there's been some huge shakeups. And for those of you that are in Cleveland, or you know what, all around, I'm sick and tired of everybody. Oh, you guys are probably happy as all hell that Myles Garrett's gone. I loved that battle between him and TJ. Who was the better? That battle's not going anywhere. It's just now we're not in each other's backyards anymore. As we all know, LeGarrette went to the Rams. Or, I'm sorry, Myles Garrett went to the Rams. So now he gets to play hell out there. Well, you know what? He went into another rough conference, so I guess we'll find out how tough you really are, brother. Speaking of the beach, we went from some awesome songs to like the melancholy. Guys, I'll tell you what, hell of a good conversation tonight. Loved having everybody on here. The only thing that was missing was the trifecta. Where was Cowboy tonight when we had Uncle Moonshine and Mash Brothers on here? Are you serious? The one night we have all these other distillers on here, we didn't have Cowboy. We may have to do a little picking on him, just a little. So either way, guys, I've already announced it. I'm ready for fall weather. I tell you what, the prediction was way off this year, way off. We were supposed to have a hot, dry summer. And I tell you what, the humidity has been intense. I'm actually glad I'm indoors now, though, where I work, as opposed to the 6 years I spent at Universal, where I had to work out in the weather. Didn't matter whether it was rain, snow, sleet, hail. The only time we got to go in, thunderstorms. So now I don't have to worry about running around the snow or, wintertime. Yeah, it sucks when the doors open, that cold comes in, but as soon as you shut, everything goes. Look at you freezing. Of course, I have sat over there with that air conditioning on. It does blow right up through there.
I'm so cold, I'm pruning.
That comes with the age, beautiful.
No, that's when anytime I'm cold, my fingers turn blue and start to turn into prunes.
I'm actually glad these guys came on because you know what? I had other things I was really wanting to. This turned out to be a true Wednesday night open bar. Thanks, guys, for everybody popping in. And again, one of our favorite topics to talk about on here is traveling. The different places, and we're starting to get so many different people from different areas, different states, different countries, that I mean, the conversations are getting a lot more out there. But all good things must come to an end.
I guess I would say Vermont. The Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore.
Been to all these, almost 2 out of 3 so far.
New Orleans.
2 out of 4.
I want to do I got to do the Strip. I got to do
You'd have to do Bourbon Street. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Vegas, again.
Been to Nevada, but I've never been to Vegas.
I just want to see the lights. I don't want to go. Yeah, you don't want to take me into any of those places.
Well, you don't want to take me into any of those places either.
I just want to see the lights and the displays.
Who wins in the fight, Edward or Dan the Canadian?
Again, Montana.
She went, now I'm good.
Seattle.
Been there. Love it. Been to Montana.
And California.
Kitty Cat, we need to get another shot truck up and going. And I've got plenty of vacation time. I'm sure you'll have some. It wouldn't hurt to set up a little something. And obviously we can't stop everywhere, but, just along the way, specific places.
Well, it takes a lot more money, and we're in debt already, so...
We're getting there. We're getting there, sweetness. And I'll tell you what, I like that Bobby brought up the Pizza Joe's thing. That's not a bad idea.
I will talk to them.
And, we got Lynchwood. There's a possibility on that one. There's going to be some renegotiations here soon. And the fact that I just spent probably almost $1,000 in a year with Robin, I think next year's going to be a little bit better. We're supposed to let him know how much we do. And he tries to do a percentage of what we've done. He makes the rules. Yeah, sponsorship is huge. I wouldn't mind a specific tire company, possibly. But at the same time, hey, this tire company, involves driving and cars and blah, 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 and we're a bar-themed podcast. Maybe. We always do say drink responsible. Have a DD. So, I mean, it's not like we're, here guys, take a 30 and run. We got some time to figure it out. So, like I said, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. If you guys know of anybody that might be interested in sponsoring, hit us up in the messages. And I keep saying all the time, just put us in a room. Let's see where this goes. I mean, you guys, I'll tell you what, we're getting more and more people all the time. The viewership's going up. If you go and actually look at our analytics, like, they're going through the roof right now. Yes! Bobby! Suck it! I hit that one dead on! And by the way, Bobby, you know, you'd love to throw shade at Dan. When he made the comment about Jaws, he was referring to the book, not the movie. So in the book, it was just an animal. They did, you know, a lot of it from the animal perspective, and everybody else was more the kind of like the side story. But he literally was just an animal. He was in an area, and hey, this is interesting. So when he made the comment, he was the, what do you say, the tragic hero? Because he was just a shark doing his thing? Dude, are you serious? Cowboy! I literally just made the comment. So we had Mash Brothers. They popped in here for quite a while. And we also had Uncle Moonshine. I said, I literally just got done saying,
Where was Cowboy?
where was the cowboy? We need to hit the trifecta. Dude.
But we're getting ready to sign off here.
And head to the next one. I know. We know, buddy. So anyways, guys, we're wrapping this one up. Quick shout out to our official sponsor at MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania. All these awesome bottles you see on your screen. Sorry, Spotify, you just got to take our word for it. Whoa. And the stuff you see me drinking on and serving at the bar, you can purchase right there at MLH Distillery, or you can check them out at mlhdistillery.com. Guys, you can also follow them on Facebook so you can see their schedule, who's coming in, who, you know, what band they got playing. Keep up with the schedule. Yeah, I just said that twice. Another quick shout out to our friends at Snap-on Tools, the premier selection in automotive. I almost said sports. Tools. There you go, Robin. We got your back, brother. There is a personal shout out we got to do, guys. For you local folk, or what is the date on this? So you guys all heard Michael the other day. He was on here. He was plugging an auction that's coming up. And I believe, Kitty Cat, both you or I, either one of us can do this.
August 14th.
Would you like to go ahead and read it? Or would you like me to? So, we received a message from Michael to let us know a little more about Shark Love Forever. Oh, dude, you know it. Dude, I'm a shark geek. You're not going to hurt my feelings right there. I'm going to tell you right now. And yes, good evening, Cowboy, man. Hey, we're going to be on TikTok next, so we'll catch up. So, guys, our good friend Michael Copenhaver did send us a message. The auction that you see on your screen actually goes to this. There's this little girl over our way that needs surgery, which is Ohio, guys, on her spine. Insurance isn't covering the cost. So whatever proceeds we make from the auction, we're going to give to her. So let's really try to promote, which we are doing right now. August 14th, guys. That gives everybody that wants whatever they want auctioned off. What is it? 2 weeks? Poor cat.
Yes.
2 weeks?
2 weeks from Friday.
So 2 weeks from Friday, they will be holding an auction. It's going to be at Jimmy Nino's. It's a pizza place over in, was it Champion, Ohio?
No,
Warren. I see it
Warren.
there. In Warren, Ohio.
Actually,
So
Brookfield.
if you guys have something you would like to donate to have auctioned off, send it our way and we'll make sure to announce who it is, what it is, so on and so forth. Guys, let's help make it big. I know we're going to be definitely taking over some t-shirts and stuff. So it's definitely for a good cause. Dude, Michael's just an awesome dude. He really is. I mean, it's going to be high energy. He's going to have fun with it. And it's definitely something we're going to have to make sure that we... I'm going to have to make sure I put that... Text me that date so I can go ahead and put it... Oh, you sent me the thing, so I'll make sure to get it in the book tomorrow. Kitty Cat, go ahead and start looking it up. I'll go ahead and I'll finish this up.
Start looking what up?
Last shot.
It's already up.
Okay.
Where you been?
Well, whenever I say, okay, last shot of the night, we'll look over and Cat will go... Dude, it sounds awesome, yeah. Something hydro dipped. There you go. And we'll make sure to... You piece of shit. I swear. I love Bobby, dude. Hydro Man will look and get with y'all on a PM on donating. Sounds good, brother. We'll make sure to get the address out. You can send it here. We'll make sure to get it there. So, Bobby came up with the last shot. Let's read this one off. Bobby Ryder's last shot.
Sharks are tragic heroes as much as mosquitoes are the cutie pies of the insect world. I have no comment to that one.
We are going to be back, guys, tomorrow night for our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots. We have our Sunday Weekend Hangover coming up. We have our Monday Night Bartender. Tuesday night, Real Flicks and Chill. I don't think we ever fully figured that one out yet either. And of course, we rounded all out our Wednesday Night Open Bar, guys. But, I mean, just keep an eye out. You never know where we're going to be or when we're going to pop on. We have all sorts of stuff. I can't even keep up with the schedule, so that's why I have this young lady over here.
Yay, me.
I know we have 1 week to try and figure out what we're going to do about Monroeville. Yeah, we're going to have to send a secondary email. But this is affectionately called the last shot of the night. Kitty Cat. A stairway. Sorry. To heaven.
Little by little, you'll get there. Keep showing up for you. Be kind to yourself. Take breaks. Celebrate small wins. Don't compare. Focus on progress. You're doing better than you think. Remember, one day at a time.
So it's funny that that particular song comes on. So I did see a sticker today that says, there's a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell, which just let us know the prediction of traffic. I was like, wow. Much appreciated,
Yeah.
brother. Actually, at some point down the road here, I'm hoping to reach out to a certain person. I do believe he's a follower, and he does hats. And I've got a specific, we were really looking for a black fedora. Anything that, do we have our logo? There it is. I'm thinking he's got like an outlaw type, a Ghost Rider type fedora. I like the fedora, but it's not the black fedora we're looking for. Okay, of course it's gonna look black on there. Run it, girl. But I have a specific design I'm looking for. I want to go a coffin top with a maybe like a Ghost Rider or maybe even a Gambler. I don't know. It's just something I'm going to sit down. But you kind of see the idea right there. That's the type of hat we're looking for. Absolutely love. Kitty Cat actually helped me pick this one out. It's my very first ever cowboy hat. I like it. And we've been toying with different... you can take that down, no sweetness.
No.
Cat. I swear, the woman's like a sister to me, and I tell you what, to see us bicker, you think we were brother and sister. And as much as I love her, she's one of the world's worst at critique. It's so easy to hurt her feelings sometimes, but I still love her regardless. Anyways, guys, for those of you on TikTok, we're heading there next. This is that part, guys. There are good ships, there are wood ships, there are ships that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. Guys, looking forward to talking to you on TikTok. Always fun. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. We even pulled a little bit of overtime. See you all real soon. Everything we say on the show is just our opinion, but then again,
It could just be the alcohol talking.
you guys have a good night. See you soon.
Thank you for stopping in and listening to the Another Shot podcast. We shared some drinks, stories, and laughs. But it's time to say goodnight. Join us next time on Another Shot podcast.
If you're looking for a party, then man, have you found it? Now the shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Now the shot is gonna hit you with the mind overloaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking.